So, on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, I have decided, we'll go this way, decided to go for a ride. Because it's really, really nice outside. So we're going to go, and we're going to go for a ride. I got 2 cameras filming. I have my phone, and I have my GoPro. So I'll be cutting back and forth between the two. See how it goes. Try something different. Got my haircut today. Good stuff. But anyways, so today, what we're going to talk about is this car. And we're going to do 5 things that I don't like, 5 things that I do like about this car. Okay? And first, we're going to start about the dislikes. So number one thing I don't like about this car is how expensive parts are for this car. Now, parts for any car are expensive, you know, especially when it's a new model year, a new platform. Everything is so expensive. For instance, a friend of mine, he has a Honda Civic. I know. Honda Civics are very, very cheap. Very cheap. Especially parts. And he has an older one. I was looking for an exhaust for this car. An exhaust for this car, the one that I want, costs over $1,000. $1,000. I was looking at an intake, $360. So, and I'm not talking about buying parts secondhand. I know parts are cheaper when you buy them secondhand, obviously. I'm talking about if you didn't want to buy them secondhand and you bought everything brand new. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and I know it's because this is a new platform, it's a new engine and all that stuff, and I know that's why things are so expensive for this car. Number 2, the transmission in this car kind of annoys me, to be completely honest with you. I'm glad that it's a 6-speed. I'm happy about that. I'm happy it's a 6-speed. Okay. The thing that annoys me about this car is the clutch. Okay. The clutch in this car is very, very finicky. And anyone that has this car will tell you that it is very finicky because there's no real sweet spot when you get it. And then on top of that, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just annoying to me. It's just very, very annoying, you know. And, you know, it's just like when you get any new car. After you drive it for a little while, you get used to it. But it's just like, I don't know what it is with this car. It's not a heavy clutch. It's not light. Like, it's a decent feel. But it's just, it's weird. And to go along with that, the shifter is kind of notchy. It's kind of notchy. At first, when I got it, the first to second gear shifts got caught for me. They would get caught. They'd get stuck sometimes. I would think that I would be shifting, but I wouldn't, and I'd miss second gear. So, well, that was an issue. And with that, I had to get a shifter stop. So that was another thing. But, you know, it's just, WRX transmissions have never been that great. The STI has been better, but the WRX transmission's never been, you know, super, super good. But it's okay. Like I said, there's workarounds. Number 3, the brakes. The brakes in this car, they're not bad, okay? They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're not. They're actually really good brakes. If you're like me, and you do some spirited driving every so often, you will notice that the brakes start to get a little mushy. A little mushy. And that's kind of annoying, especially when you're, you know, having fun on back roads, stuff like that. Number 4, other thing that annoys me about this car is the fake carbon fiber. That's basically it. It's just fake carbon fiber. I get why they didn't put real carbon fiber in. I get it. And it does look good. It does. But it's still Still fake. Number 5, body roll. This car has some serious body roll. Going into corners, going out of corners, all that stuff. You know. Now, this is the list for just now. Things that I don't like about it. All these things that I stated can be fixed, and most likely will be fixed in the, you know, upcoming, you know, future. Let's get on to the things that I like about this car. Number 1, everything. No, that's not fair. It's a cop-out. What am I doing? No, number 1 thing I like about this car, the looks. Now, this is very polarizing because not a lot of people, there are people that agree, and then there are some that don't agree. I am of the part that thinks that this is one of the best looking Subarus that they have made. That's me. I think it's one of the best Subarus that they've made. You know, is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite. My favorite are the Hawkeyes, okay? The Hawkeyes are my favorite style. Second is this year, third is the Blob Eye, and fourth is the 22B style. I forgot what that's called. I love how this car looks. I think it looks great. I think it looks aggressive, but also subtle at the same time. You know, I love this car. I love the car, the way it looks. Number 2, the engine. The engine is really, really good. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, yes, but it's not the EJ. And I agree with you, it's not the EJ. But eventually you have to you have to evolve when it comes to cars. And I will say this FA motor is a very, very good engine. It's a very good engine. And with the twin scroll turbocharger on there, like, sure, in the upper ranges, you're hurting, you have no power, fine. But most of the time, we're all ever gonna be in the mid-range to low range when you're driving around this car, unless you're on the track. You know, even on the track, that's what you're gonna be doing. This car has power when you want it, when you need it. And that's one thing I love about this car. Absolutely love about it. There's power when you want, when you need it, and the fuel economy is actually not that bad either, believe it or not. Not that bad. Number 3 thing I like about this car is the interior. If you look at this interior and then you look at the Subarus of old, you can definitely see the improvement on it. You know, they definitely, you know, heard people complain about the interior in previous generations of Subarus, because I've been in those Subarus and, for lack of a better word, they were not that good. Not that good at all. You know, when it comes to when it came to interiors, Subaru just wasn't that great with interiors. But this one, this year, this year's interior is awesome. It's great. The gauges look really, really nice. I know some people don't like the fact that they went away from the center tack, but I don't mind that. It's good to see that Subaru finally took the time and effort to upgrade their interior. Number 4. Now this one, you probably don't hear as often. The viewing angles in this car. And what I'm talking about is I can see anything and everything. I can see out over here, over there. I have no problem looking out the back window. Like, it has so much space to look out, which is good. If you live in a place that has a lot of traffic, a lot of cars, a lot of people, it's good to have something like that, because nothing's more annoying than having a car, okay, that you cannot see out of. And I guarantee that no one ever says that about this car. And I know that's a weird thing to like about this car, but it is one thing about this car that I absolutely love. The 5th thing I like about this car, it's not about my car in particular. It's about this car in general and the people that buy this car and the people that have a passion for this car and the community. That is one thing about the WRX that I absolutely love and adore. It's the fans of the WRX. It's the community of the people around, you know, in the Subaru family, the WRX family. You know, you see someone with a WRX, and it's so weird when you try and explain it to someone that doesn't have it, you know? Like, my girlfriend, I tried to explain it to her, and she just looked at me like I was really, really weird. And I am weird, but that's not the point. I have never met a WRX owner that has not been nice, okay? Or a Subaru owner that hasn't been nice. I haven't met a WRX owner that doesn't just love talking about their car. Not only about their car, but love hearing you talk about your own car and all the things that you've done to your car. And it's such a nice feeling. It's such a good feeling to be in a community like that, because, you know, it gives you a sense of being that not many other people in other communities have. It's something about the Subaru community, the WRX community, you know, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's something about that community, even on YouTube when it comes down to it. You know, there's so many WRX channels. There's so many people that have WRXs, that have YouTube channels, but they're all really nice guys. I like that kind of community. I like that feeling of belonging to something like that, something that's good like that. It is just such a good community. That's what I like about it. I want to thank all you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.